First and foremost, I'd like to welcome everybody into Fishburne Military School today and joining with us in this commemoration. It is important for us to remember what has been sacrificed for each and every one of us at times like this. We're getting ready to go in a very celebratory season, and it's important for us to realize there are people downrange today. I can attest to you with my wife sitting over there that one of them is our son, and they are in bad places, prepared to do bad things to bad people that want to hurt us. And they do it with great malice in their hearts, and we thank them for that. As we go through time, it's important for us to remember not only those who are living, but more importantly, those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. And that's what today's ceremony is. We are honoring those who have traded all of their tomorrows for our today. And it's important for us to make that commemoration, and I can tell you, Fishburne Military School, as a representative of Fishburne Military School, I am honored that we are chosen for this distinction. And it's important for us and important for all of our cadets to be part of this ceremony. For that reason, we've asked a special speaker to come and join us in this ceremony today. It is Colonel Mike Wawrzyniak. I've been practicing saying that all day and I just messed it up. Colonel Mike Wawrzyniak. He was commissioned as an infantry officer from the ROTC program of Marion Military Institute in Alabama and graduated from the University of Wisconsin in 1992. Colonel Wawrzyniak's operational and command assignments have been as a platoon leader in Company XO in South Korea at 2nd Infantry Division, Assistant Brigade S3 and Company Commander at 1st Brigade of 82nd Airborne Division, stationed at Fort Bragg, the Battalion Operations Officer for both 1st Armored Division 36th Infantry Mechanized Regiment and the 2nd Armored Division 37 Armored Regiment, the latter of which participated in Tal Afar and Ramadi, Iraq during Operation Iraqi Freedom. He was a professor of military science at the University of Notre Dame, the commander of 4th Squadron 73rd Cavalry Regiment of the 4th Battle Combat Team of the 82nd Airborne Division, again deploying, but this time going to Farah province in southwestern Afghanistan. The commander of the 174th Infantry Brigade based at Fort Joint Base McGuire in Lakehurst, New Jersey, and finally the professor of military science at Virginia Military Institute. Colonel Wawrzyniak's staff assignments have been as the Assistant Professor of Military Science at Syracuse University, the Comptroller for JTF East Headquarters, the Executive Officer and Deputy to the Deputy Commanding General of the 1st Army, and he spent a joint tour at the Supreme Allied Headquarters in Mons, Belgium. He holds a Master's of Business Administration from Syracuse University, a graduate from the Army Command and General Staff College at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, and a Master's of National Security and Strategic Studies from the National War College. Colonel Wawrzyniak has earned the Combat Infantryman's Badge, an Expert Infantryman's Badge, Senior Parachutist Badge, and the Ranger Tab. He is proud of his wife Pam, and they've been married for 23 years. They have 2 children, Adela and Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to present to you Colonel Michael Wawrzyniak.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, visitors, faculty, and staff of Fishburne, veterans and other military service members that are here today, and most importantly, the cadets taking part in this outstanding event. Wreaths Across America is a tremendous way to honor those that have served and sacrificed. It is truly great to see Fishburne participating in this. Thanks to everyone that played a part in putting this event together. It is definitely an honor for me to speak today as part of this ceremony, and humbling as well, given the significant meaning behind Wreaths Across America. This week, as you know, over 1,200 locations will be taking part in the wreath layings across our nation, and I'm certainly glad to participate in this effort. In my comments, I will offer some thoughts and insights along the lines of what the mission statement of Wreaths Across America calls on all of us to do, and that's to remember, honor, and teach. Remembering the fallen is an important tradition in our country. For many, this involves never forgetting friends, family members, those from your community, and fellow servicemen and women who have fallen in combat in service of our great nation. For those of you here at Fishburne, this cause to remember also includes some alumni from this school who were killed in combat in our nation's wars. We take this effort on for many important reasons: to never forget their sacrifice, to keep in our memory our loved ones that we knew and those that we knew personally, and often in the military, to keep in mind our fellow comrades with whom we served. On this note, I wanted to offer two personal examples of soldiers whose memory I keep close at hand. Captain Travis Patriquin was a fellow officer with me, a 32-year-old captain, father of three, and a great husband. We served together in Ramadi, Iraq. Our sons happened to be in the same kindergarten class. I talked with him on the morning of December 6, 2006, at our small base north of Ramadi. He was killed by an IED that afternoon on a mission along with a Marine Corps officer and a young soldier. His loss was tremendous to all that knew him. Sergeant Tyler Juden was a 23-year-old airborne infantry sniper in the squadron that I commanded in Afghanistan. He was fit, professional, admired by everyone for his marksmanship, leadership ability, and his deep faith in God. Probably the finest NCO in our unit of 500-plus soldiers. In a long firefight with the enemy in Farah province, he was killed in action on 12 September 2009, a day that I'll always look back on. He left this world too early, but certainly made a difference and will be remembered by all. Now, those two are personal to me, but many of you may have others that you have known. So let us take just a brief pause and recall any special people who may have touched your lives, for which today stands as another opportunity to remember. And although remembering is very important, I submit that we have an obligation to go beyond that and instead honor all of our fallen through what we do, not just for events like this, but through our actions every day. This obligation is an important one for me and something that helps me to keep serving our country. If we can strive to honor our fallen through our own service, the way we treat our families, and in how we live, then collectively we can be a better community. As an example, I can honor Travis Patriquin, whom I mentioned, and his memory by the type of father that I can be, striving to live up to his example. And this evening, when I get a chance to see my son play high school basketball, I remind myself that Travis's family and his son of the same age would certainly love to have him there. So as a message to take away from this ceremony, let all of us live our lives in a way that honors those who have gone before. Let's not take our blessings for granted, and let's live up to the high standards that those men and women set. At Fishburne, this may mean you doing your best academically and athletically, and being an honorable cadet corps in every way. The final aspect that Wreaths Across America promotes as an organization is to teach our children the value of freedom. I want to commend Fishburne faculty and staff, as well as the Cadet Corps, for taking this on with ceremonies like this, and certainly through the type of educational experience that Fishburne provides that goes well beyond academics and promotes values like freedom, honor, and service. We must never lose sight of the fact that freedom is not free and can never be taken for granted. In my role of running the Army JROTC program at VMI, we also try to take on this idea of valuing freedom and building values. Those of us that are cadre and instructors strive to pass on to the younger generation, not only because it's important for our military, but also because it is important for our nation as a whole. we need citizens who keep freedom as a core value to our society. At VMI, and what I see here today at Fishburne, I am very optimistic and absolutely convinced that the younger generation gets it. That all of you standing here will rise to whatever challenge our nation faces. Currently at VMI, we have future officers, cadets that are committing to their nation in a time of great uncertainty, who can almost certainly expect to deploy into harm's way. And I know some of those cadets are alumni from Fishburne. And I also know that those of you here have the same type of values now and will go on to serve your nation in whatever pursuit best fits your skills, whether that's the military or some other proud profession you choose. This ceremony certainly embodies three aspects that I described: remembering our fallen, honoring those who served, and teaching the value of freedom. I hope my comments help provide in some way and expanded upon that today. It was certainly a privilege to do so. Thanks once again for those that made this happen. And finally, may God bless this school, our military, and the United States of America.